Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to do something a little different. Now, when I kind of thought of what to do for today's video last night, I didn't really have anything coming to mind. I was kind of blank. And then, you know, about an hour later, we got the drop about Crescent and EO, the video, the 25-second video, and I thought, yeah, you know what, maybe I could make a video about that. But it's really not that interesting to me, and there's really just not much to say that's of real value to anyone, or helpful, or insightful, or anything. It's just speculation. It's just whatever. So rather than talk about that, rather than, you know, try to talk about something else or pull up something else or anything like that, I thought to myself, well, why did I start this in the beginning? And I don't mean to get too philosophical, but I originally started this channel, to help people in my former alliance. And so, you know, if I can't help people with the game, I can help people with another game. It's called real life. So what I want to do is a little bit of story time, and I've got some clips running behind me. So for those of you that are, you know, 15 or 12 years old, who can't focus for more than 5 seconds when someone is speaking in a language other than LOL and, you know, XD and RAR and shit like that, you can just watch the gameplay footage. You don't even have to listen to me at all. You can just mute the video and we're all good. But for those of you who are interested in story time, let me take you back to a time before YouTube, Cynicalex, Twitch guy, Beardo. And we're going to go all the way back to when I was about 8 years old. Now, 8-year-old Alex was a different kid. He was a lot less soft-spoken. He was a lot more salty, believe it or not. He was even way saltier than the guy that you've been watching, or that you know, talk to online in Twitch chat. Super salty kid, very outspoken, very opinionated, and little Alex just liked to get in everybody's face about what he thought was the right thing to do, what he thought was the right idea or the right way. Just very kind of abrasive. He was the sandpaper kid, kind of. And now, little Alex had, you know, friends. Little Alex had Cynic Mom. Little Alex had different people in his life, but little Alex didn't really have a really prominent male role model to look up to. But just to interject for a second, it's not just that little Alex didn't have a positive male role model in their life. It's that he didn't want one. I honestly felt that way, and I kind of still do today, but definitely I can say with certainty, when I was about, you know, 7, 8 years old, I got it in my head, for whatever reason, that I did not want any role models. That's right, before J. Cole went platinum with no features, Lil Alex was going around saying no role models. Dead serious. And I don't know if there's any friends of mine that are still out there who remember me saying that, but it's true. I'll find them, and they will witness how cynical I was at such a young age. And that, in part, made it so strange for me. And as you'll see as the story unfolds, realizing after the fact, years later, realizing that I had subconsciously, you know, unconsciously accepted this person, this coach, this person, as kind of like a mentor, kind of like a role model, kind of like someone to, hey, bounce ideas off of. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Or, hey, I don't think I can do this. What do you think? Or, hey, I'm having trouble with this. Is there another way that I can approach it? And it's those types of things that I just didn't have enough value for. And at times, honestly, now, even I still don't have enough value for it, and I still struggle with it, but I'm trying to improve it, and maybe by saying this out loud, it'll help. But little Cynicalex played basketball. And during the course of the basketball things, and I'm not going to use real names, obviously, but there was one particular person who taught little Alex to play basketball, and he ended up being a major positive force in little Alex's life. Not in a way that I think they could have realized, or maybe even do realize now, but me looking back on it, I can definitely say absolutely. But the story is not about their impact on my life. It's actually about something that I didn't do, and that's what's really important. So basically, I want to now kind of fast forward about 6 or 7 years. I was about 14 or 15 years old, Still played a lot of basketball, believe it or not. I used to play basketball. I can still play basketball, I'm just not as fast or as good anymore. And I was still playing basketball with this same coach. And, you know, I had gotten a little bit more soft-spoken, but I was still pretty abrasive. And I had learned to argue with people a little bit more carefully. I did some debate class stuff in high school. And I was starting to come into my own as this guy who, you know, really didn't take shit from people, but would dish out a lot of shit. I would really tell people honestly what I thought. And, you know, sometimes I do that here with video games, and you guys appreciate that, and I appreciate that you appreciate that. But it's interesting, because when it came to being honest about other things, it was, and in a way is still, really hard for me. So what happened? Basically, that same person went through a personal tragedy in their life. That same person who had helped me when I was little Alex, 8-year-old Alex, 5-year-old, 6-year-old Alex, that same person went through a tough time. And I wasn't directly aware of it. I was told from other people, hey, this happened to so-and-so. You should talk to them about it. And the long story short, basically the end result is that I didn't. And now, I don't want to get too philosophical, or I don't want to get too kind of psychoanalyze myself into why I didn't go ahead and talk to them. I really meant to. I think I might have practiced in the mirror a couple of times to do it, but whenever I got face to face with them, I just couldn't sum up the courage to do it. I don't know if it was courage. I don't know if it was because I thought that they wouldn't understand, or that I couldn't express the right emotions. I don't know if it had to do with the way that I thought they perceived me, and that it wasn't something that I would have said. I didn't know. I don't know if it's because I felt as though I would be showing weakness by talking about those types of things instead of talking about other things that you are normally comfortable talking about with that person. Because, you know, you can talk to some people about anything, but for most people, you only talk to them about a handful of things, and those handful of things that you talk to those people about, you're comfortable with. But once you start getting out of that zone and you start talking to your regular friends about stuff that you talk about with your really serious, really, you know, best friends, or even with your family, the conversation feels awkward. It feels out of place. It feels as though you're talking to the wrong person, or you're talking to the person about the wrong thing. And so those kinds of ideas and those kinds of negative thoughts just clouded my mind. 15, 16-year-old Alex. And I never got the chance to say anything. Graduated, went on to university, moved away from Toronto, didn't get to see that person much anymore, still didn't say anything. Went to Korea, didn't speak to them for, you know, years, didn't speak to a lot of people for years, met you guys, still didn't say anything. Came back to Toronto, reconnected with this person. I'm giving you guys kind of a timeline. Still didn't say anything. And this is kind of the most important part of the story. And you know what? It kind of just dawned on me as I was saying what I was saying, and I kind of interrupted myself and my line of thinking. Is it too late now? I want to pose that question to you guys before we continue with the story. Is it too late to say anything in this situation? Without giving you guys too many details, I know I've been a bit vague, but you know, it's that question. Is it too late? And is it worth it to still go and do it and approach it? And would it even be worth it to mention that all those years ago little Alex was struggling? Or is it better to just leave what's unsaid unsaid? I'm saying this because it's not a story that's resolved itself, and that's what I think is really important. I still haven't figured it out myself, but I'm hoping that by sharing it with you guys, maybe somebody will kind of jump higher and do better and run further than I did, and that I am currently now not doing when it comes to a similar or dissimilar situation that they're faced with. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. That's the story time. I know it's not a happy one. It's a mixed feeling one. You got to see a little bit of the backstory of the young life and times of young Alex, but I wanted to share it with you guys, and if it helps at least one person, that makes me super happy. So let me know what you guys think of that. let me know what you guys think of the gameplay. I put it there, of course, as a safety net, just in case, but in the future it would be nice to do these kinds of things without a whole bunch of explosions, guns, knives, and mind control going on. But hey, if it works, if the two things work together, we can mash it up like pineapple on pizza, then great. And if it doesn't, well, we'll figure something else out. For everybody else that wants to just crap on it, I'm gonna crap on you too. So yeah, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.